Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yet another fun travelogue, what are the Mouckas doing in Arizona? So we wanted to share with you some fun things we've been doing this year. We started off the year with a trip up into the mountains in Utah to Park City.
It was covered with slow, white, fluffy rain.
People were skiing and they were outside and doing all kinds of stuff. For us Arizonans, that was a little odd, but we enjoyed it for a few days. I am a sponsor of the Western Trial Lawyers Association. I was there at the conference and I had a booth and then a little speaking gig. And it was fun until we needed to get down out of the mountains and into Salt Lake City.
Right. It was right in the middle of a blizzard. I had to take Deb to the airport. She had to catch a flight out, and I had to drive home all by myself.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, well, you know, I did carry all the heavy luggage.
You did?
I did.
He does. Yeah.
And I stopped counting at 21 cars and trucks in the ditch.
But then we followed up with a really fun trip in June to the opposite end of the spectrum, to Hawaii.
Yes, yes.
And it happened to be right on Gary's birthday. Not my birthday, you understand, but Gary's birthday. So we were there for about a week at this amazing resort. Again, I had a little speaking engagement and a booth at a conference, and so we got to do a little snorkeling. We got to see the volcano because it was erupting on the island, and that was the most extraordinary thing, to be in a helicopter looking down at that volcano erupting in the sea of lava. And it was just...
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, probably one of the coolest things we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Helicopter ride was really fun.
Don't mess with Mother Nature.
That's right, that's right. Then in August, we took the trailer and did a week in Colorado. Went up, way up into the mountains. We camped at about 9,500 feet.
Right.
Beautiful scenery, not very much oxygen, of course.
We spent some time with some friends of mine from work back when I had a real job in Nebraska, Bob and Christy. And they met us out there in Colorado with their motorhome, and we just had a great time.
And then we went down into Denver, and I did a little work, did a little teaching, met some new attorneys, came home. And then our next trip, I know this is like next trip, this is really fun, isn't it? Next trip was to Chicago.
Yes. Again, I had to carry all the luggage, everything. You know, I had to do all of the heavy lifting again. Got Deb set up in the hotel where she was going to speak and hang out with all the lawyers. Then I got on a train and went west about an hour out to Clarendon Hills. Got to see my cousin Bill, his wife Donna, and my Aunt Joyce, which was a wonderful, wonderful visit.
And then I'm working, of course, for 4 days. And so he's on the little double-decker bus, touring around, seeing all the sights. And he would come home in the evening, we would have dinner together, and I would tell him how I worked, and he would tell me how he vacationed.
I was working, I was taking pictures.
Yeah,
Carrying the heavy camera. Again, there's a theme here.
Yeah. So you may tell that my business is doing well this year. It's my best year yet, which I'm very excited about. More attorneys, more cases. I'm doing more speaking and more continuing legal education training and stuff. So it's a really, really fun time for me. And Gary's work?
We're trying to ramp down a bit. I have changed from a corporation to an LLC. I don't know what that means. Lovely little company. I have no idea.
The accountant said do that.
Do that.
So we did that, of course. But it's better for him when he's not working quite as much.
Yeah, I only received 2 phone calls today before 9 o'clock from people that want me to do work.
But the good part about him ramping down is that he gets to now spend a lot more time with his coin collection.
Yes. Yes.
Having tons and tons of fun. Oh, and these are some of the rare ones from his collection that we made into this beautiful piece of jewelry. But the best news of the whole year for Gary, because it's always all about Gary, right? So tell him what the really cool thing was this year.
Just a little before we went to Colorado in the mountains, we traded in our pickup truck on a brand new 2018 3/4 ton Dodge Ram.
Hemi. Hemi.
Yeah, the big one, the 6.4 liter, 392 cubic inches. Will do everything, anything you ever ask it, except get good gas mileage.
Yeah. So it was Gary's first in his whole lifetime front row truck. You know, front row are the beautiful brand new ones with the big signs on them out at the dealer's lot. Gary would always, his whole life, would buy used cars, and those aren't in the front, they're in the back. So this was his very first front row truck, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
Beautiful blue color.
Beautiful blue.
So we're getting ready to take that in our little trailer and go over to New Mexico for Christmas, probably 10 or 11 days, go through Tombstone and then into New Mexico and have some fun and camp.
We go over to Carlsbad Caverns. We've both been there sometime decades ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah. So we're going to go see it again, make sure it's still there and hasn't changed much.
So we hope that you are having as much fun, that you're enjoying your life, that you are crazy in love with whoever it is that you're with these days, and we wish you the very, very happiest of the holiday season.
Yep. Happy Christmas, Merry New Year, and all those things. We'll talk to you again next year.
Next year. Happy holidays.
All right. Pose.
Smile.
Smile.
Go turn it off.
Go turn it off.
Quick,
yes.
go.